Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marco and today we are back with more One Piece. I will be watching episodes 807, 8 and 9. Last time around we had, as always, incredible set of episodes. We got to see the full story about how Sanji went to the East Blue, man, and after seeing the complete picture, I see that Reiju is a kind soul, man. Reiju was also experimented on, just like with all of them, but she's the only one that got to keep her emotions, right? And she was actually very sad for what's happening to Sanji when they were bullying him. She didn't ever participate in those bullying. Yeah, if you do nothing, right, that can also be considered a crime, right? But she was a kid. We can't really judge her actions. She was scared for herself that she might end up in the same position as Sanji, man, and the fact that she is the one that helped him and pushed him and she was crying, man, that scene really broke me. And we got to see Sanji's mother. Now we see where does Sanji's kindness comes from, man. His mom was super nice. The fact that she immediately recognized that Sanji didn't prepare that food that maid brought in. She wanted to taste her son's food, man. Even though it was like Sanji's first time cooking, it looked like some sort of abomination with mixture of fish and something, and it was falling down in the mud on the rain, right, as Sanji was carrying that, and she still eats that and says that it's enjoyable, man. That was really sweet from her, and she died. She was apparently ill, man, so at least there is some people in Sanji's family who are not complete pricks, right? But as one of my patrons, Mr. Lime, pointed out, it all boils down to fucking Judge. Like, can we really blame Ichiji, Ninji, and Yonji as well, right? Like, it's all because of Judge. He's the one who experimented on them, he's the one who removed all emotions from them and who allowed that behavior and for Sanji to get bullied, man. So definitely the worst of the worst is Windsmoke Judge, without a doubt, man. And all the shit that they are doing to Sanji right now as well. Holy shit, man. Loved the duo combo of Luffy and Nami fighting Cracker. Gear 4 tank, man, bro. Luffy and his fucking endless pocket of moves and new forms and creativity, man. I fucking love it. The fact that he started eating those biscuits like crazy, man, and with Tankman's stomach he yeeted fucking Cracker across the total land, man. That was hilarious and also kind of badass, because I think that Big Mom will soon find out that one of the sweet generals, another one, is down, and that it's gonna be sweet two generals from now on, man. Holy fucking shit. That was amazing. Chopper and Carrot are still trapped in the mirror world, and Sanji and Windsmoke, the Germas, are going to meet with Big Mom, right? It's the day before the wedding, so now that we dealt with Cracker, who knows what awaits for Luffy and the others, right? Who's gonna step in next, because they saw Cracker, right? So it looks like they're going to mobilize like everyone to go after Luffy right now. He probably really pissed them off, so excited as always. Without further ado, let's go into episode 807. Let's begin. Well, that was freaking incredible, man. This gigantic army, enraged army, going after Luffy and Nami. Luffy sends them coming before they showed up, and he told Nami to hide, right? But she's still not willing to do. She's worried for her friend and her captain, right? Who is barely willing to stand up after like fucking dreadful and long drawn out battle with Cracker that she also participated in. Luffy was so drained he had to use Gear 4 two times, right? And to eat a bunch and use this new form, and later took all of those hits from Sanji. He's barely able to stand up. He's still bleeding, full of bruises, missing his tooth, and he's standing up in front of all of them, not willing to move for a second because Sanji might show up, man. Wow. What a guy. Luffy has always been incredible, man. I just love him. He's one of the best characters, without doubt, in all anime. I just love his, like, emotional side when he gets emotional, right? It's always so fucking rewarding to see, man. After that episode with Sanji's and Luffy's duel and what he said in the end, right after I talked about that scene, right after that episode, and how much emotions it made me feel, man, when Luffy was shouting that Sanji was actually the one getting hurt with those kicks, which is a fact. And we know that Sanji is an extremely kind dude, right? So that probably broke him a lot because he was crying despite him being in the cart with Germa, right? And his siblings, he was crying because when he started hearing Luffy after the duel that they had, that was like the drop that filled the glass of water too much that it starts pouring out, right? So all of the emotions went outside and he broke and he started crying, and Luffy was saying how he will starve to death, that he won't eat anyone's food except for his. No matter what happens, he will stay there, and that without him he cannot complete this journey and become a king of the pirates, man. And that was something that really, really made me emotional, and I got chills and everything. Because it reminds me how great of a friend Luffy is, first and foremost, and then Captain. He is a good friend to all of them. And I feel like Luffy would say that to all of the crew members, right? Because everyone has a certain role and everyone contribute throughout these 800 episodes, right? With everyone's contribution, if we remove one of the Straw Hats, we wouldn't be there, we wouldn't make it. That's how much everyone is important, and everyone played a big role at a certain point of the story, man. So Luffy realizes that he cherishes the bonds with his friends, man. They're not simply a crew, right? That is going to help him become a pirate king. They're willing to help him while also like fighting for their own goals. We saw a lot of flashbacks about important things to Sanji, like All Blue, like Baratie. We saw him feeding Gin, right? We saw Luffy inviting him to his crew, bro. All those core like moments for Sanji. We saw Sanji joining that first cooking crew, and then later on when he joined Zeph, right? The lessons about how cooks on Baratia operate and why there are only male cooks, right? Because he shouldn't kick women, right? So he can kick guys, so that's why he's training all the male cooks, and that's when Sanji learned that hands are for cooking only, and that he shouldn't hit women and all of that. So yeah, we saw all of important things to Sanji, and I quickly realized that what Sanji is doing does kind of make sense, right? Because if he tried to do anything funny there, Zeph would probably be dead, and we can't have that happening. So Sanji said, fuck it. Given the situation, this is the best I can do, and he went all out on Luffy, man. But I like that they showed us when Nami and Luffy were approaching the cart and Sanji broke in cold sweat, right? He was like, oh no, bro, the worst scenario possible. What do I do now, right? Like, he was like, why, Luffy, why now? Because he knew that he couldn't go and just talk to Luffy and couldn't escape with Luffy because Zeph would be in danger, right? So, given the situation, he couldn't do anything, man. But that doesn't mean that still it's any less heartbreaking and painful to see that, man. Like seeing Luffy taking all those Diablo Jambes right to his face, to his like sides, to his organs, right? Sanji was kicking the shit out of him. He wasn't holding back that much, man. And he even used Kolkasar, that last attack, bro. Holy fuck. On top of his fucking head, bro. Holy shit. That knocked Luffy out. Only briefly before he delivered that very emotional speech. And once again, like, praises for the voice actress, man. Like, how is One Piece dubbed, man? How is anyone watching One Piece dubbed and hear something else that isn't this voice actress from Japan, man? Like, I don't know. To me, it feels like impossible to hear Luffy with a different voice than this one, if that makes sense. It's just like so fucking good for his character, man. So yeah, Luffy's in trouble. I honestly have no idea how is he gonna go get out of that situation. I see no escape route whatsoever. He doesn't want to move at all to escape, like with Nami on King Bound that tree or anything. Like, oh, maybe Jinbei comes back into the frame because they were teased with our boy Jinbei being there in that crazy roulette that was about to happen but didn't. Maybe he will pop out to help Luffy. That's a possibility. I doubt it's gonna be Brook and Pedro, and Carrot and Chopper are still in the mirror world, so yeah, most likely Jinbei or maybe Sanji will say something to Big Mom, and that's something that came to my mind. It would be like, my captain is here, I know that you are mad, but if you want me to get married, please spare Luffy or something like that, man. Who knows? That's a good guess as well. As I said, I think that Pudding will play a huge role in helping Sanji out of this situation. I think they might go with the wedding, right? But she will understand if Sanji wants to leave, and she will probably let him escape. She passed him a message during this dinner right now, right? I want to talk to you in private later. So that's very like reassuring, man. So they're gonna have conversation, which is nice, and I'm looking forward to that. Also, we had like another musical with all these, I guess, Big Mom's power, right? They're imbuing the souls into these objects and even food, man. And it's so weird. The food is like, oh, eat me, and has a face, and you're supposed to eat that, bro. You take one bite and it asks you, oh, how am I, bro? Like, it's so fucking weird. Imagine that, man. But I like that, like, magical fairy tale aspect too. And the twist that it's actually so fucking dark with Big Mom. And we saw how she's talking to her kids, right? It feels like she's a little bit calmer and all of that, but it's still in a very, like, psychotic way, to put it like that, man. So, yeah. Of course, she has, like, over 100 kids, so no surprises that she has some recently born ones, right? Like, of all ages. She probably has kids of all ages, man. So, yeah, incredible. I will end it here for today. I'm sorry for my voice. I'm kind of sick right now, and these episodes didn't help either, bro. They, like, completely stuffed me. So, yeah. Thank you for watching as always. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff as always. Check out my Patreon page if you want to see full and early reactions. I will be seeing you very soon with another video. Until then, take care and have a nice day. See ya, guys.